I hereby denounce cookies. Now, there's more than one thing that word cookie could mean, so I guess I should be more specific. I am not denouncing the high in sugar little food. I'm not encouraging you to go nuts and eat so many cookies that you give yourself type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure and obesity. But I'm denouncing the cookies, which is something put onto your computer by websites on the internet, supposedly so they can serve you better and know what you want. But do they really need those things to serve me better? Those things are misnamed. They should not be called cookie. A piece of software that I do not want on my computer, that I'm forced to accept on it just to go to a website, should be named something like the pushy salesman, the home invader, the computer invader, the we're spying on you. Something like that would be a more honest name instead of a cookie. You know, when the little cookies, the food cookies, they don't invade my house and sit there. I have to bring them in because I want them in there, or somebody in my house wants them in there. I don't end up with a cookie. It makes sense to name, new technologies based on what they do, or name them after an old technology if there's something in common. But the cookies at the grocery store, which are the food cookie, they don't invade my house. If a door-to-door salesman comes to my house, I don't get cookies there. If I call a business to ask them questions, I don't get those cookies in my house. So those cookies have nothing to do with spyware. And that's what a cookie is. It's in your computer, and it's telling them things about your computer, which should be illegal. Is there any other instance where somebody gets to invade something of yours? Is there any store in the world that is allowed to send somebody to your house, and the person they send to your house says, hey, you called us, you don't get to think about us without having us sit in your house? And it's being pervasive. So many websites do it now, it's hard to find one that doesn't. At one point, I stopped going to one website that sells a certain thing that I was interested in because they put cookies on my computer. And their competitor that I went to instead, not a long time later, they started putting cookies on my computer if I go there. We would be outraged if a car dealership, when you call them if you go to the dealership, if they said, hey, you came here, now this guy, you take him home with you into your house because you came to our dealership. And I'm outraged at cookies doing the same thing. You came to our website, you have to take our guy into your computer. No, I don't. I shouldn't have to. That should be illegal. Now, if somebody wants spyware from a website in their computer, I let them put what they want on there, but it should not be the default. And I should not be required to accept cookies to go to a website. Imagine a shoe store that says, you bought a shoe from us, now you have to take this guy home, and he's going to tell us what you do. That's outrageous. That's ridiculous. Well, if I go to a website that sells shoes, or the website of the shoe manufacturer, they shouldn't get to say, okay, here's this guy, this digital guy, and you have to take him on your computer now because you came here. No. And one thing that's got me thinking about this and got me fired up about it is I bought a computer game. It came on a disc. I thought it was going to be just in my computer, and I would be able to play it just in my computer and not need a connection to the internet. Because that's what it should be if you buy a computer game that's on a disc. that lets you play against the computer. Sid Meier's Civilization, Roman numeral, whatever the Roman numeral was. And this, I got lucky in that the thing didn't work right anyway. The package was damaged. I tried to load it up on the thing, and when I clicked exit, it wouldn't exit, and I had to turn the computer off. So even if the seller, doesn't like me or disagrees with me about their false advertising, the thing doesn't work. But this stupid game, which I give a negative a million stars review, it required me to log into a website just to play the game on my own computer against the computer. Well, I started a game and then it wouldn't let me exit. I was playing against the computer, not against another person on the internet, but it required me to log into a website. And one of the terms of service that was required for the website Steam was they get to put cookies on my computer. And no, that's ridiculous. You don't need to control my computer for me to play a game. You don't need to put spyware on my computer for me to play a game. And for that reason, I give Sid Meier's Civilization, whatever that stupid Roman numeral was, I think it might have been 4 or 6. I give that a negative review because if you buy that game, you're going to have to put spyware on your computer. You're going to have to put cookies on your computer, even if you just want to play it against the game itself and not play it on the internet against other people. Thank you for watching. You have a good day. Alright. Amendment. Just in case some idiot is screaming at their computer, but we need cookies because that's how businesses will know what you want. I'm sure cookies aren't needed for conscientious businesses to know what I want and what you want. Because when we look at things on the internet, they don't magically appear there. My computer and your computer connects to another computer somewhere in the world and tells that computer which web page to send us. And so that computer that's sending the web page to my computer should know what it sent to me. That is how businesses or other groups or people running websites can know what I looked at, what I was interested in, so that I don't need them to put spyware, or aka cookies, which are a good thing if it's the physical eating cookie, but not a good thing if it's the digital cookie. But so those cookies are not needed on my computer because of that, because the computer at the other end of the transaction on the internet, that computer will know what it sent out. Because it knows what it sent out, it knows what people want, and so it does not need that business, that whatever it is that's running a website, does not need to put spyware on my computer to know which web pages are being viewed.